mobility portion with your body, you program your body to become.
Wow, that is, first of all, that's a lot right there. That's just that's just going. I'm just like, I somewhat know how the body works from, you know, doing arm bars, kind of stuff, you know, like the thumb up and all that kind of stuff. So how did you learn all that stuff? Like just in school, or you were around certain people who knew and you were just like, I want this knowledge. I want this because how you were saying earlier, you love this. You want to help out people, and you have me. I had a hurt neck. I couldn't move it. Like from sleep or something. I don't know. But yeah, he on point. It was pain. He's like, all right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm like, okay, no, just stop. It was bad. Anyways, but see that? What's up? No. Okay. So, who would you tell, I guess, them out there, or if somebody's gonna jump into this as a job or whatever, or just like a side thing, either, or to even know, like if you have a spouse, or just you at home, if you're like, oh, I'm sore, or if you have a spouse or whoever, you're like, oh, this is nice, because, you know, of course, some people work on their feet, some people sit at a desk, and to have that person do it for free, right? They're like, oh, this is nice, you know, thank you, and then they're out, right? But yeah, how would you tell whoever out there to, I guess, learn from somebody who actually knows?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a great question, because, you know, for me, I've always known this is what I wanted to do, and I've always felt being pulled into doing it. But yeah, I mean, someone who has an idea of the human anatomy, someone who has a love for fitness, for wellness, you know, massage, it doesn't just stop at massage. There's a whole like eclectic menu out there nowadays, that from sound healing to meditation to you know, different practices that help, you know, be well. But for massage, wow, I mean, there's schools out there, vocational schools. Okay. You know, they have funded programs where you can, you know, enroll and gain their knowledge. What I feel is it is important to be out there in the workforce to have something to compare it to. But there is
say it. It's coming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just it's not for everyone. Okay. You know, being a massage therapist, a body worker, any kind of practitioner, it takes a certain person that is someone willing to give more than to take. So, you know, you're giving your time, you're giving your body, you're giving your energy. You know, you're making a lot of commitments to someone, making them a focus. You know, honoring someone on your table to take all your personal feelings away to focus on their rehab, their treatment, their wellness. Okay. Is probably step one. Is just learn someone who's, you know, somewhat unselfish to the point where, you know, they're natural carers. You know, natural. I mean, someone who believes and loves and has a natural ability, who's someone who's comfortable too, because, you know, you're working with different body types, you're working with different people, you know, people from hair all over the body to maybe different skin or textures, or, you know, and then a lot of people who tend to not understand etiquette in the massage world. So like simple etiquette is like, you know, a shower is good, you know, or a towel dry off before your massage is really good. You know, clean feet. Everyone loves clean feet is highly recommended. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just someone who has that ability to just take themselves out of it, honestly. And there's massage school programs out there that are in, you know, the local areas that can kind of get you there. And then there's a whole world of physiotherapy. I mean, Donnie Thompson from Body Tempering LLC he inspired me 2 years ago to take on what's called body tempering. We use tools like this.
That thing's heavy.
This is a 44-pound tempering tool, targeting tempering tool, and Donnie Thompson was the gentleman who conquered the 3,000-pound lift, where he did bench, deadlift.
I'll lift this thing.
Yep, be very careful.
Shit! Just get big over here real quick.
So this is one of the tools that I use the tip of the nose to go directly to your upper back.
So up to a point, you don't use like your well, yes, you will, but here it's just easier.
So Donnie Thompson came out with this
thing's solid
in a gym. So he's a big fella, and he would use like 45-pound weights and just take them and just rolling them on himself. So once he started kind of utilizing that science, that where same principles apply. We're applying pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure, creates the body to strengthen and also loosen. So doing body tempering, which is something that's kind of coming out in a new phase where, Rogue has started producing body temper tools. Kabuki has started producing body tempering tools, and now we're seeing them more like gyms, where it's great because body tempering is actually designed to break down muscle in between sets. So if you're like going for a new PR or going for a competition, getting tempered breaks down your adhesions or breaks down your fascia tissue that gets stuck in your joints, as we described, because when you're doing compound movement in like a squat or a compound movement in bench press, a lot of things can get kind of stuck in there, and we just kind of fish them out. So body tempering uses barbells and heavy steel up to like 110 pounds. So I mean, once you find your niche and what you love in massage and body work, because some people, they're meant to work at the high-end spas. Some people are meant to work locally here at the massage franchise. And then you find very special people out there, and I've been introduced to them since I decided to step out of what I felt was a good living, because for a long time I was, immersed in the local businesses, working at the high-end spas here locally, and everyone always asked me, like, why wouldn't you just go work on your own? Why wouldn't you just do this for yourself? And people have been courageous, like, for me to motivate me, and and I finally woke up, and I finally realized that I it all falls on me, the effort. So I learned, through this journey process is, I learned about body tempering. I learned about functional range release. I, took, went outside the school model and, did cupping and did gua sha scraping or Graston, which is, they look very, very intimidating, but all these massage tools and different modalities have a purpose, and it's something that you're not going to get around the corner. So
that is true. Yeah, I'm like, hey, do you think you can do it? And they're like, we no, that's not done here. I'm like, why? Because you have to. I would say you gotta.
There's a lot of red tape. So much red tape with and I can see it because massage has definitely evolved over the years, and we are approaching like this new age of AI, where we're having more robotic like systems being presented to us. So clearly here as a consumer, and compression therapy is something I offer. Yeah. But you see those pneumatic compression boots, and the little button, and it starts the motor, and then it starts like pumping away.
Yeah. Okay.
Pumping away at your legs. This is a form of automation also with the self-cupping massage, where you just turn it on and put it on a certain level and let it go. So currently, it's learning to master, what you're able to do with what's out there for you to incorporate. Because yes, there's massage boom arms now that are out there, doing body work for people, and having that human element and having that human touch. Yeah, it's not you can't match it, you can't beat it, you can't replace it. But it's also learning how the wave is moving, and just staying ahead of it, or staying with it. Yeah. So I do offer options where it's, you don't even have to take off your clothes, if you didn't want to. Yeah. The body tempering is perfect for that.
Oh, it works wonders.
I recommend clothes on because we're using steel that's going to be going over you and
under your skin.
Yeah, it's a skin to skin. So I mean, we'll apply a little bit of some like ointment or agent medium for comfort. However, yeah, nowadays, like, massage is whatever you want it to be. You can have, body tempering, you can have cupping, you can have scraping, you can have, sound, light, color therapy. There's red light therapy that I offer here.
Yeah, and it's all here in house. So if you guys want to stop and support him, and you're gonna feel awesome after. A bit sore, but yeah, you just gotta stay hydrated, right? No, so yeah, let's I guess hop in. Or hop a little further. So, from you being there at those certain spas, you would work for them or whatever, and so I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there who are the same, like, bro, I'm good, I know, but I just don't know how to do it on your own. And at the same time I would say, yeah, do it for like a hobby-ish at first, yeah, but then how you have your own hats, shirts, you're out there, which is super cool. So I just wanted to ask you how you, I guess, met certain people like here, and then how it is up here, and be like, oh shit, that's the mindset I have to have to able to be on your own. It's all on you. You do this, or you got somebody who's on your either on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. You have people doing that. So how did you?
Yeah, I mean, the way Cutthroat Massage was born was, during one of the, lower parts of, our lifetime with the stay-at-home pandemic, where everyone was kind of like forced to stay home and not do anything, and you couldn't even like go water your grass without asking permission. So for me, that I just sat with myself and thought, like, this is an opportunity. You can't work, but you're being taken care of at home. This is an opportunity to create something with a safety net. Like, because if once everything kind of went back to normal, you can still get your job back. So taking a risk.
Okay.
Taking a risk and betting on yourself. Because what I lacked in was people believed in me, people bet on me, people saw the potential, but really I needed to push myself to believe in myself. And once making small efforts in, capturing, phone numbers from people you already work with, if you work at a massage gym, you work at, a location, well, guess what? That person is going there repeatedly to see you. They're not going because it's Massage Envy. They're going because it's Massage Envy prices, of course. But that person already sees you, sees you as their therapist. So, so learning to market yourself and is something that I learned through help with others and just having fun with it. I mean, my whole like branding is based on like a deep love. It's based on a deep connection. It's based on just creativity and honesty, because going for a business called Cutthroat Massage doesn't really it'll appeal.
They're like,
but there are some people that are gonna wonder, like, what are you appealing it to, like, because I get a lot of questions of who do I market towards, and I market to anyone who wants like body work. So so going from there, the logo itself came from emojis. So
if you guys can't see, it's a bear holding a heart and a plant. It's
a hibiscus flower.
Oh, hibiscus. Let's see if we can get that focus in. Nope. All right, and focus back out. I hope it's in focus again.
So the design, was based, cool. On a deep love, and it also the name was also, expressed to me in a way where you know, I learned something that I wasn't yet. You know, to be cutthroat, you know, it's something that you have to, no matter what, just be committed, dive in, and to own it and to be accountable. So that was shared with me in a loving way, and I thought, like, you know, that was very meaningful for me. So creating a logo through Fiverr, sending him, you know, some ideas, and this is what it came out with. And granted, I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan also, so I was able to incorporate a little bit of, you know, the already with the emojis to making my own branding, because once Tom Brady came to Tampa Bay, I couldn't buy anything Tampa Bay related. So I told myself, why don't I just make my own?
Yeah.
So I started to have fun with it. And, you know, people who are out there looking to start a business, you know, like, you know, investing in yourself is number one. You know, buying t-shirts, creating designs. Great advice, you know, I've gotten is be your product. Be the business. Own it. You know, own it as a who you are. Show people your creativity and your lifestyle being, you know, a part of an extension of your brand. So, yeah, I would, you know, because when you see massage, you see everything under the light from a perspective. And a lot of things I've been reading is like, if you see everyone doing this, run the opposite way and do the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And I feel that's what Cutthroat Massage is. I feel, you know, in high regard that I'm offering a product that not a lot of people, you know about or realize the benefits about.
Not yet. So, okay.
Yeah, anyone watching this podcast, please, like, you know, DM, follow me on Instagram, Cutthroat Massage _ also, my website is cutthroatmassage.com. And yeah, I mean, I could definitely introduce a new, you know, approach of therapy where, you know, it's tailored to yourself, but also it exudes what I'm able to do for you, what's within my scope, my ability. Because granted, you know, I never want people to trade therapies for therapies. If something works for you, like you see a chiropractor or you see, you know, wood therapy or sound bath or, you know, physical therapy, I'm not going to replace any of that.
Yeah.
I'm only going to enhance your already current wellness journey by being a part of your team, being a part of your roster. So, you know, when people do cryotherapy, I say, that's great. Did you do infrared sauna? No, I never thought about doing that. It's like, well, these are the benefits for, you know, changing from one to another. But don't replace infrared sauna and not do cryotherapy. So same thing.
Yeah.
You just add it to what makes your body system feeling good and healthy. So when people want to, you know, go on Instagram and start, you know, making hashtags or following hashtags, you know, that's really important if you're up and comer. You know, follow the hashtags, see what they're doing in other countries, see what they're doing in your local neighborhood, and the classes are usually available to those who have massage background, have personal training background, and I feel like personal trainers, you know, they can dive into a lot of the newer physiological stuff that is being offered and on the cutting edge. So, but, you know, again, not everyone can do it. It's not like me. I can't go out there and like swing a hammer and measure and build, you know, there's certain things like my system is programmed to do. So, but however, I look at the human body as like a different type of system, and I view it as what's mechanical, what's, you know, what within my scope, and it's like, and nothing's more important than staying in your own lane too. So, you know, don't go out there trying to crack necks because you saw Dr. Bo Hightower, you know, do a neck adjustment on someone. It's all about, you know, just finding a mentor, staying under their belt, and listening. Really, it's just learning to listen and to be available and be there to assist when, you know, it's time to assist. So for me, I, you know, networked here locally in the city of Marietta with Corey Cryotherapy, and Patrice allowed me to, you know, market the business cards during the pandemic at her business, and from there, you know, I would get referrals from her, and she would allow me to use her space, back room, and, you know, do treatments there for a period of time. And I noticed because of the networking and relationships I was building, I started to kind of grow out of her and I's, like arrangement. And she introduced me to Professor Tom Cronin here at Carlson Gracie.
What's up, Tom?
West Coast headquarters here in Temecula, California. And wow, I mean, just getting to walk in the doors here and meeting the team and meeting Tom, and we came to this arrangement where I get to work with the team. I get to work with a lot of competitors and professional Brazilian practitioners from Brazil, or they're from Chicago, or they're flying in for a tournament, because as you know, IBJJF and JJ World League, are pretty, continuous here in California. And now you see more local jiu-jitsu tournaments where, people are flying in and they need work, or they're nursing something, and so I've been very fortunate meeting like people and working with a ton of black belts and ton of competitors, and I have to thank my Carlson Gracie members here, and the front desk always helping me, promoting me, so it becomes very symbiotic, because there is always risk in sport for injury. So what a great opportunity for a relationship to provide an ability to heal, to get back on what you love to do, and I feel like this is a wonderful opportunity and site and home. Like, this is a home for me. Like, this is my sanctuary, and I love helping the team here, and everything else has kind of just been a bonus, because I work with other golfers. I work with a lot of the local businesses here. You see KTM motocross here, so right now Supercross is in town, and I've been able to work with a few riders.
Wow.
There's a great business next door called Icon Fitness Studio.
So Charles,
owner Charles Dow, where he has a lot of history here in Temecula. He has a large following, and he's very respected. In the industry, and for him to, and him and Tom, also Tom, very respected in the jiu-jitsu world. I mean, I couldn't be in a better relationship, marriage in business, where I'm in the thick of it. So Supercross is in town, working with moto stars that are heading to San Diego, working with guys that are like Vince Freezy. He just started the XP Championship out there, and it's a more international, global motocross circuit. So it's very rewarding and humbling to live a dream where I wanted to work for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, and be their sports trainer.
That'd be sick.
And now it's like, okay, well, that's great, but baseball's kind of boring, and it's kind of repetitive, and it's kind of it's going to be the same cases, And here I get to work with, like, in my own backyard, I get to work with moto, MMA competition fighters, jiu-jitsu fighters, and then local talent too, like the youth. I recently sponsored the Maria Vista wrestling high school team.
Oh, you sponsor too? All right.
So you're
doing big things. Look at them.
getting the name out there for the local community is everything. I think so for some advice here for anyone starting out and just hungry and borderline thirsty, because it's something you experience where you have so much to give and you want to do so much that you're willing to almost do it for free. Okay. So some advice is curb that. Your time is worth it. Your space is worth your gift or your trade. Something has to be in exchange. So but what your network is your net worth.
Ooh.
So making relationships with like I mentioned, like there's wonderful businesses here at Carlson Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and Icon Fitness Studio, Corey Cryotherapy. I mean, they have those partnerships and relationships have led me to other relationships. So Irvin Ayala, known as Conan the Barbarian in the MMA world, owns a line of pure nutrition stores here in town locally. Opened up a new one in Riverside. So being immersed and making the right relationships, and
you just kinda
and allow those relationships to evolve into friendships, and more of a, being a good person rather than don't be a taker, be someone who exchanges the energy for equal energy, be someone who exchanges advertisement for equal advertisement. You never overextend yourself, because you will get burnt out, and you're already, like for me, you're already exerting energy physically. It doesn't just stop here. You got metrics, you got computer software, if you're using software for booking, your laundry service. Find a good laundry person, because that's going to be the most important thing, because washing sheets is nothing but time. Folding sheets, washing sheets. So finding amenities and resources, outsourcing to support your business is going to be somewhat, costly, but hopefully by then, when you decide to start your own massage business, you create, a business account, get a business banking account, get an LLC. That way you can, somewhat like I mentioned earlier, be your business, live through your business, grow your business, but also maintain and stay inside those ordinances, stay inside those, jurisdictions of being compliant, because being a business is something that everyone can do for themselves. You can be your own person. You can be your own business. You can thrive as a business. And working for yourself, you're never going to want to go work for anyone else ever again. You're going to just want to figure out how to be in the eyes of new people, new audience. Because advice for me was given is that I'm always going to be new to somebody. So there's, Temecula, Murrieta, to combine, we have maybe like 300,000 people, and right now, I'm just getting started, working.
That's what's up.
Cutthroat Massage has been in existence for 2 years now, and this, we're going on year 3 right now, so it's
expanding.
I mean, expansion is very important, so utilizing automation software systems like Square, Booksy, Wiz, where they have systems and operations where you can send emails, you can capture emails, you can start subscribing a newsletter, that doesn't cost anything. So I mean, there's always opportunity to take it another level, where you create a YouTube page. You create more clips, or you could create your own private teachings online and have people subscribe to that online. So now in this current climate, yes, everything happens on the table, but to monetize and to be, kind of well kept in the long run, because being a practitioner, you have an expiration date. Your body system is, will start to, I've seen it most of my career from a managerial standpoint, working at spas, that, people get hurt, people overwork, people are more giving than taking care of themselves. So knowing your body's, abilities and not overextending yourself is something that will help people have a longer career.
So what options, how you were saying, you're like, okay, you haven't been around that long and you already kind of see where it leads. What options are you trying to do to invest into whatever, like your name brand or whatever, to not have to, be be you, as in you got somebody on the table, you doing the work for like a really long time? Because I'm sure for a lot of people out there who do this as a job, they'll get sore, all this kind of stuff, and they're like, I need to do something else. Or like you're like, hey, you got options.
That's a great point, because I have seen people leave the massage world for greater pastures, because they feel like their body can't handle it anymore. I myself, had some, injuries here and there. I was just rolling 2 days ago, and I got caught up in a wrist lock that rolled over, and so what I do, I mobilize, I cupped it, I activated it, and I woke up today, and it's not so bad.
Brand new. Okay.
Oh. But it's I've seen people where they love it and they want it, but some people their body system won't allow them to. So the best way to protect yourself, if you're out there trying to get experience, trying to work and get that work experience on a resume, like try not to give it your all. And if it was me, I would be considering like learning to advertise myself, market myself to the people I'm already seeing. So and I know that goes against a lot of like company policies and ordinances, or what do you call it? No contest, or kind of. But this is California, and in California, there's no such thing as no contest, or what is it called? Where they make you sign a waiver that you won't go after their clients once you quit and leave. Non-compete. Sorry.
Oh yeah, something like that.
Non-compete. So it's California, so there's no such thing as a non-compete because it's a right to work state, so you have the right to work with anyone.
So I would say if you want to learn more about that, you should go seek out your somebody who does law, because he'd be like, oh, he said this, I did this, now I'm fired. No, easy, killers, easy, easy. It's like, shit, this is just a podcast. He's chill. All right. So last but not least, you have a son, and he trains. So, how do you see that with either, us who are older or them to actually, be like, oh, here's, in life, it's hard, and either if you're in school, if you're brand new at school, you got a lot of people who are like, who are they? So how have you seen him to, I guess, either like to actually learn something that's gonna help him in his life, either if it's boxing, kickboxing, all this extra stuff, but here it's jiu-jitsu. So how do you see that, as in we I guess I won't say have to, but it's probably gonna help out your life long term to actually learn and train.
So seeing my son doing jiu-jitsu, it's already like, warms my heart, because he is, he's a boy, and he is like a true boy. I mean, I'm his punching bag. I'm his tackle dummy. I'm his, his bouncy house. Like, he has so much energy that, it makes me feel like I'm watching myself grow up from time to time. Because when I brought him to train, let's just say he wasn't so like keen about it. He's kind of like, I want to be home. But then, I enforced him to watch the class, and what triggered what triggered his attention and attracted him to getting on it is we took our shoes off, because the class had ended, and we took our shoes off and we went on the mat.
Oh.
And once he got on the mat, it kind of reminded him of like a playhouse or bouncy house, because when I brought him in, he was just turned 5.
Okay.
So getting his feet on that mat gave him a sensation of playfulness, of freedom, but then also, I'm getting tackled right away and taken down right away after him watching a class in session. What I want to convey to him, more importantly, about here at Carlson Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, like, this is a safe place to train.
Yeah.
How I got him here, after meeting Tom, was serendipitous, because I legit went to, spoke to Tom, and then went to go pick him up from kindergarten, and he came out crying. And he came out crying for a little bully incident, in kindergarten, magnitude. So I'm like, you know what, this is perfect. You know, we're gonna go over here, we're gonna watch training, we're gonna join, you know, we're gonna join and we're gonna do this together. And he got on that mat and he found joy. And in the beginning, I would, you know, sit him up in his gi and he'd attend the Tuesday, Thursday, 4 o'clock classes, and you know, allow him to do his thing, you know, from afar. However, you know, being the dad that I am, I was kind of like a sideline parent, like, oh, go for the sweep the leg, or go for the choke, or, you know, I'm like yelling these things. And, you know, and Tom, you know, being Tom, just looked over to the side and he goes, Gehrig, you can come on the mat.
Ooh, gee.
You know, and I was just like,
yeah, that's Tom.
You know, but for me, it was kind of like, oh yeah, sure, like that sounds exactly what I would like to do, you know, because I want to be immersed with him in his jiu-jitsu journey, because you know, growing up, everyone has a different, you know, upbringing, but you know, mine was a little bit more like, you have to learn to, you know, defend yourself, you have to learn to protect yourself. Granted, things have definitely softened since then, but I think jiu-jitsu reinstates that mental discipline, because we're doing things slower, we're doing things with technique, we're doing things with precision and intention, where you know, we're not just rolling around beating each other up, wrestling each other. So learning how to defend yourself from a grappling standpoint, you know, I feel, you know, my son has really felt comfortable. You know, he's felt comfortable, you know, being on the bottom of jiu-jitsu, you know, techniques, and learning for him to breathe out, to work his way out, to have the confidence to try to, you know, in essence, it's a fight. So he's learning to fight back, and you know, not to allow someone to, you know, keep him down. So and that's what I love about, you know, watching him. It's as he grows and evolves, it's a safe environment that, you know, his buddy that he is, or his training partner that, you know, he's working with, well, guess what? They shake hands afterwards. They hug each other. They go hang out, have some pizza, or, you know, he's building long-term relationships, because, you know, kind of cliche, but like, you don't really know someone unless you fight someone, you know? And
easy guys out there. You're like, I'm just going to go fight because I like them. Easy. Yeah, here on the mats. So
yeah, on the mats. Always. I mean, and you know, for me, like, doing, you know, growing up, I would do baseball, or I do, like, you know, basketball or something, and I always supported his interests. Like, if he enjoyed singing or drums, and, you know, I would figure out a cool way for Dad to introduce it. Jiu-jitsu was more of like, hey, we're gonna do this, and, you know, he kind of, you know, wasn't too sure about it, because, you know, when you're teaching an adolescent or a toddler not to hit, not to push, be polite, mind your space, you know, don't touch others, you're just not gonna be able to fully, you know, like, you know, assist a child's development in that, unless you're able to segregate and isolate where you can do it and where you can't do it. And and in an environment where you can do it, the trick is transitioning to when it's okay to do it again out here. And that's more of the protecting yourself, anti-bullying. If you feel uncomfortable, if you feel threatened, if you feel, you know, that you need to, you know, protect yourself, then we slowly transition back into that world. Because what I love about, you know, witnessing as a coach in his development and the other kids' development is, you know, they're all great kids. And you don't really hear that, you know, so and so was suspended from school for fighting, or so and so. No, you hear so and so was in a tournament and got gold. You hear so and so joined the wrestling team, and, you know, he's doing his wrestling journey. You hear so much more positivity from people who do jiu-jitsu in their long term. You know, because a lot of our jiu-jitsu practitioners, you know, they're great people. They're great men, great women. You know, we have a lot of, like, veterans, you know, who served the country. We have a lot of firefighters, and
which is awesome. All of you guys are awesome.
And police officers, you know, county, CHP, city, you know, that come in here to train, and you know, people you know, being brothers and sisters in here, where, you know, if you weren't part of the jiu-jitsu community, you would probably have a different viewpoint of, you know, the occupations that I mentioned. But here, it's more of it's a collective brotherhood, and you know, and it evolves into, friendships.
Yeah.
Like, with a lot of the RSO sheriffs that eventually have fatally, been lost in the course of the past few months.
Yeah.
I know, RSO guys here. I know, CHP guys here. I know, and it makes me think more than what you see on the media. It's like, wow, like, send a message and let them know, like, hey man, I'm thinking about you. I hope you make it home tonight, or I'm praying you make it home tonight.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like roots that are extended through, Crossing Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Academy here in Temecula that, it's, and I get excited for my son because, he's gaining those relationships that I had when I played like baseball or, things like that, but here on a different level, on the jiu-jitsu level, because this is, he enjoys it. He truly enjoys it. He knows it's safe for him to be a dinosaur and tackle someone and put him in an armbar.
I was kidding, armbar.
Because, and that's the thing, it's a discipline where he knows that if he can, he could, but he won't unless he's in a position where he needs to. So, like, I look forward to him to, maybe do a competition in the future. I'd love to like support him in the coaching, atmosphere where, and assist him, because there were, sparrings where I'm like, trying to help him coach and understand, positions and techniques, and you see it like happening, you see it transition, you see like it's like poetry in motion where they actually things are starting to click.
Yeah.
We have a small or a young class here. Sometimes 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and 5-year-olds are, learning that, how to flow, how to train, how to be a good partner, and being a good training partner, also equates to being a good human being outside.
Oh yeah.
So if you're, and that's where, it's just the beginning for him too. He's been training for 2 years.
Wow.
Under Professor Tom Cronin, and I'm excited to keep up with him. I think he actually outranks me. I think he has 3 stripes.
All right.
And I have 2 stripes right now.
That's what's up.
So I got to bow to him when I see him.
Oh my gosh, that's cool. All right, so are you still open to have her on here and just be like, hey, here's certain things I do, or you just want to?
Yeah, we can do
and
that.
then we'll kind of cut that. Or not good.
Yeah, we can do that.
So he's just gonna be like, okay, here's all this kind of extra stuff he does, which is awesome. And we'll take it from there.
Okay, so we're going to do a quick demonstration with the body tempering tools. This is a 50-pound Rogue roller, detempering roller. It could be commonly used along the back, hips, the hamstrings, calves. So pretty much it's great for posterior chain. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of give a quick demonstration. It's all in the breath work also. So when you work with someone, you kind of want them to kind of be in a full breathing sequence and be able to watch them inhale and exhale. And it's best to kind of inform someone when it's coming in. So you want to tell them to take in a deep, deep breath and focus on it as they breathe out, and let them know you're applying it. So as you exhale, I'm going to apply the tempering tool. So you can see this tool has it's tapered in the middle, so that way we can comb over the spine without creating any discomfort and protrusions against like the bony landmarks. No one likes to really feel the discomfort along the bone ridge, but believe it or not, closer to the bone is where the problem is going to be, because the muscle fibers are attaching and the tendons are attaching to the bone. And the most worked and stressed version of that muscle fiber is going to be closest to the bone. So a lot of times I've met people and they've always said, gosh, I want a massage and I just feel like someone steamrolled me. And now, with body tempering, It kind of is like a tractor steamroller going over your back and body in a safe way, where we're targeting the soft tissue and breaking up all those little nuances in there, so that way your body feels relief and also unlocks where that tissue is inhibiting your movement. So right along that iliac crest of the hip where your sacrum's meeting, you start to feel all that tissue attachment that we break up. And body tempering can be static, but moving the tempering tool creates the system to kind of loosen and warm up. And then we can go into the kind of the deep pockets of the shoulder. Feeling your pocket of your shoulder. Good. And we also can do work along the calves, hamstrings.
All right, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that. He knows his things, and I hope that for whoever is out there who's like, oh, I want to do something to somebody else, as in, fix things. I would say to learn your stuff, because I've seen things online like, oh, like how you were saying, oh, I want to, if someone's sore on their neck and they trying to adjust them without any the know-how of how it works, I'm like, oh, you're gonna paralyze the homie, so don't do that. But we're gonna end up here. Is there anything else you want to help whoever out there inspire with all the extras?
Yeah, I mean, as far as helping, I feel like I have the ability to help everyone who's willing to accept help. I think that's one of the key factors I tell any person I work with is I can only do what your body will let me do. And I mean that in, trusting. And I think, trusting me or any, practitioner is step one. You accepted wanting to receive work, so receive the work. Breathe in, breathe out. Allow your body to rest and fall, and it's your time to be on a cloud, your time to be just vulnerable, and finding people to work with that you trust, where they're gonna take care of you. And I feel like I'm definitely one of those I am one of those persons that I'm looking out for your best interests over my own. So if you're, someone who's looking to break into the massage business, just taking a moment, taking a strides. Don't ever feel like you are going to be at that one place. Try to always create your own reality and create your own business, or create your own persona. It's okay to be attached to certain things. However, you should be spending your energy and your time for what you're worth. So always, check out YouTube, check out Instagram pages, check out hashtags, check out what people are doing out there, and then just do more research. Find the appropriate certifications. Can't go wrong with ABMP. Can't go wrong with the NACTB. You can't go wrong with, here in California, you had the CAMTC. There's all kinds of different licensures that are going to, create a great educational foundation for you, and then, stay in compliance, and then have fun. Like, figure out what makes you happy, what makes people happy, what setting you want to be in, what theme or attitude or branding, lifestyle that, makes you feel comfortable within your own skin, and, you're not representing like a high-end spa, but I live, in my van. You don't have to pretend to be someone that you're not. And here, and working with people one-on-one, you can always truly unveil who you are and do, your best work, for people. So.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome advice. That's just, I would say, for hearing the gist, I would say overall in life, right? Oh, like, if you're trying to do something, do this, do that, just how you were saying. And, of course, if you want to show up, if you're from out of state or, local, show up, reach them. You're everywhere, right?
Instagram. Yeah, currently, my platforms right now are Instagram, Cutthroat_Massage. I also have Facebook for the Cutthroat Massage page. Website is www.cutthroatmassage.com. The contact information goes directly to me. The emails go directly to me. So if there's inquiries, questions, on my dashboard, there's a Book Now button that you can easily utilize and take your appointments and survey my schedule, and not necessarily have to worry about, I want cupping, I want scraping, I want body tempering. If you're scheduling to see me for sports manual therapy, all those different features or modalities are included. I do not nickel and dime for, I'm going to add $20 more for cupping, or $50 more for scraping. What the price you see, the current pricing, the structure that you see, if you're getting a sports manual therapy, yes, if you want to experience the cupping or need the cupping, if you leave it to the dealer's choice, which is myself, I will make sure I utilize all available therapies to maximize your recovery.
All in one spot right here. And I would say, you should get cup scraping if you have a high pain tolerance, up to a point, because it's all on what he feels. And because I just know now we have to do more for us, either if we're at the gym working out, rolling around, and then also it's all up top, because it is all up top. Like, oh, I want to get a massage. Oh, but I don't know. You do
yes.
Insurance, right?
Currently accepting Cigna, Athena, Anthem, United Healthcare. I apologize for all the hard workers out there carrying Kaiser. California is very strict on what they want to bill, so I am using a service that will verify your insurance, and you can use the link on my Instagram dashboard. It's a portal to enter your insurance and verification. I also, forms of payment accepted, Cash Card, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Also, I accept Afterpay, which you can pay your service in 4 installments over a period of time. So there's very, plausible avenues to get your body recover sooner than later. So I hope that helps.
So mainly, you don't have an excuse not to come. No, I'm kidding.
My address is on the website.
And I would say you have to have insurance nowadays. So if you don't, you can just be like, hey, on there, and only have the insurance for here.
Yeah, I would definitely take advantage of your open enrollment and find out what your insurance covers as far as physical therapy performed by a massage therapist, or massage services through your insurance. So if you have qualifying insurance, you can use the verification process, and yeah, I'll be happy to work with you and help you start the healing.
That is so cool. Well, that's gonna end it. Thank you so much for. Oh yeah, sorry.
You're one of us.
Ooh, dang, well, you be shredded. Look at you.
You're one of us.
Thank everybody out there for being here. It was awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Yeah,
it's an awesome experience. Shit, you're a G. And that's going to end it. I hope everybody out there has a great day or night wherever you are. And thank you for tuning in to the Raw Grass Podcast. Yay! Yes. Okay. That's awesome.